Welcome back, guys. अनहोनी को कर दिया होनी. We all know his name, Sir MS Dhoni.
Mahendra
Salil
Singh
bhai,
Dhoni.
let's all just
Amazing,
bow down to
amazing.
the king. What an innings. Salil,
Absolutely.
what did you feel of this innings and what a finish? This was retro vintage MS Dhoni.
Yeah, I think it took me back a decade when he scored these kind of last over finishes. And yeah, clearly memories revived. Another classic for a CSK MI match, one for the archives really. And who else to finish it
Oh,
for
yes.
Chennai than MS Dhoni? I mean, 16 required of the last four balls. You expect Unadkat to bowl Yorkers, and he just took him to the cleaners, and there we are. What a finish it was! Picture perfect.
Sublime, sublime batting by MS Dhoni. In fact, the whole Chennai lineup was so happy. We saw Jadeja just bow down and touch his feet because that is the respect
Yeah,
that he has, and he's proved it.
Extraordinary.
That being
yeah.
that age, 40-year-old guy playing against young lads and throwing them out of the park, brilliant. Now, Bhavik, if you can have a look at the scorecard, Mumbai losing 7 out of 7, making a milestone of their own yet again. So records are meant to be broken and being broken in style by Mumbai. What do you have to say about this game?
Well, a crackerjack of a contest. I mean, no one would have, sort of thought that, okay, this will be a nail biting affair. 155, wasn't exactly enough. But yes, on this surface, they were, 10 to 15 runs short. But the way Ambati Raidu and Robin Uthappa negotiated the middle overs, I was, sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
definite that these guys will chase down this
Someone would
target.
finish it off. Yeah.
Indeed. But then again, both the batsmen got out, and of course I don't have any nails left, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni just came in, all that, just as we discussed, all the spark, all the vintage, pleasing to the eye, that six, almost a half
Yeah.
helicopter to Unadkat. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't ask for more.
Crazy.
Brilliant.
Crazy
Bhavik has
stuff.
got a
Brilliant.
half manicure done.
Half
Bhavik, how does it
manicure
feel?
done. I mean, well, I guess it's all worth it at the end of the day when CSK wins in this fashion and MS finishes in this style. So yeah, Talapati.
Absolutely.
Thalapathy, crazy innings by MS Dhoni. Now, Salil, if I would ask you, what is going wrong with Mumbai? They've lost 7 in a row. Today as well, Unadkat not able to bowl the Yorkers. You mentioned that point. But do you think that they could have, I don't know, but hypothetically, they should have saved a Bumrah for the end, or how did it go wrong for them?
Well, they did save Bumrah for the end, but CSK one negotiated him very, very well. And as
Yeah,
Bhavik mentioned, the partnership between Ambati Raidu and Uttapa, spending time in the middle, soaking in all that pressure, and still going for the shots on the bad balls did the trick. It had many dots in it, but it kind of built that platform for CSK. Sadly, Mumbai were not able to penetrate as much. The other bowlers, I think, did a brilliant job. It was only Unadkat who went for the cleaners. They kept Bumrah till
yep,
the end. He was the one who bowled the 17th and the 19th over and got a few runs scored. I mean, he did his bit, but was not able to really take the wickets like he does. I think that's one of my predictions gone badly wrong there. I expected him to take, but yeah, he did his job for his team to try and save as many runs as he can. But Unadkat, yeah, I don't blame him. I think he bowled a good over. It's just that everything had to go, and it was MS Dhoni at on the other side. So I clearly don't blame him. And also the record with MS Dhoni that he's got is he's
Against
bowled
Unadkat.
11 balls to him and
yeah, yeah,
47 runs are scored by Dhoni. So yeah, this was not that over that he's played before, but he's played him before. So I think that is what
absolutely.
played on with CSK. But bringing the game to this situation makes it slightly worrisome, for me when it comes
Yeah,
to other games because the other
it does.
games are not going to be down like Mumbai. So I think CSK really need to pull their socks off. This is not like a great win. Yes, the way Dhoni finished it, it was good. But when you retrospect as a team, you wouldn't want to be doing this. You wouldn't want to be always banking on
I agree.
Thala for finishing the
I
game.
agree. I completely agree. That is true. We made a few predictions, Salil and Bhavik. So if you can have a look at the result as to who got what right. Bhavik Joshi
There he
finishes off in
is. There he
style.
is. There he is.
Back in
Like
form.
Dhoni. 666.
Brilliant.
Finishes off in
Brilliant
style.
Constantly
innings.
back. Yeah.
Yes. He's dispatched
No
us
Third
super
sharing
one,
cleaners.
tonight.
yeah.
Brilliant, Bhavik.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He
Very well
shed
done,
off
Bhavik.
his blue skin and put on yellow, and we have a new CSK supporter, I think, in Bhavik.
Woo! Let's go. But a great win, Bhavik,
Wonderful.
nevertheless. Now, speaking of the new talent, Ritik played. He bowled. He was bowling, traditional off spin. But the way he bowled, I think he was very economical. The way he bowled, he was bowling really well in the right areas, keeping Uttapa, Ambati Raidu, Shivam Dube quiet. It's a big thing when you're playing with such big names. It's very difficult to be a finger spinner
Yeah.
and a very traditional and playing your first game. So, how impressed are you with this youngster?
Well, yes, see, these are experienced campaigners, Robin Uthappa, Ambati Raidu, as well as experience, they play spin well. I mean, we have seen how, over the years, they have negotiated off spin and leg spin and even the mystery spin well. You take a record of Ambati Raidu against Rashid Khan, he has been very phenomenal. But at the same time, a youngster coming in, bowling loopy deliveries,
Yeah,
getting a bit of extract from the wicket, so this is something that is very pleasing to the eyes again, because you
Yeah.
don't
yep,
really see off spinners coming in and giving the ball some sort of a loop. We saw him bowl a flatter
yep,
delivery to Tappa and he just smashed him for a six. But then again, that brave flight bowling, it was on display. uh, in Mumbai we say Tappa chhodta hi nahi hai wo. So yes,
right.
he was on the spot, on his mark with the lens that he was delivering to experienced batsmen. Again, Ambati Raidu, very good player of spin. So it's very good of some raw talent coming in and sharing, in fact rubbing shoulders with the legends of their games.
The greats. Yeah. True.
Absolutely. So, Salil, one last question before we go. Okay, how impactful does Ruturaj Gaikwad need to be in the coming games? He's performed in just the one game. He's got two starts in a couple of them, but then got out early in most of them. So, do you think that's a worrisome point being a CSK fan?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've banked on him, and any of the retained players not performing is obviously a loss for any franchise. So Ruturaj Gaikwad is top there, along with Ishan Kishan for the guys who've not really made it. I mean, you have 150 odd to your
Yep,
name in 7 games. That's not what they're paying the big bucks for. I mean, your game is at
exactly.
that level at first, but clearly, I think the ball is not really finding the middle of his bat. Is playing not playing very compact like he used to. Starting off very
Right,
technically, he's trying to go for every other ball, trying to be flashy. So I think there is a slight mindset also which has changed in his mind, which I think he might want to just relook and say that, let me back my strength and let me do this. I'm sure he knows that. I'm sure Chennai also knows that. But today was first over day. I mean, the wickets falling in the first over. So even
yes,
for Chennai,
exactly.
Ruturaj went on the first ball. So I mean, the same thing that happened to Rohit Sharma was happening here. So I mean, it was a day that was slightly difficult, and also I think that pressure of him not performing, he succumbed to it, and he just hung his bat over there for giving an easy catch over there. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I think he needs some kind of conditioning to which he can come back in form, because once he's back in form, they make a lot of runs. They mostly
Yep.
almost go for a win, 8 out of 10 times.
CSK looks different when Ruturaj performs, and we saw last season as well how impactful he can be. But nevertheless, thank you, Salil, Bhavik, for joining with me. We had a great game, a thala finish. I am so happy to
Wonderful
be
game.
a part of this show where I could watch Dhoni finish off and talk about it. It's brilliant. So thank you, Salil, Bhavik, once again. I will see you tomorrow. This was Time Out with Sports Adda. Have a great night, everyone.